Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the National Dialogue podcast. This is the final episode of the first season of the episode. And would just like to say that thank you for watching previously and engaging, for subscribing and sharing and, spreading the word. And please keep on doing the good work. I am Gorosang Natani, as I said, and I'm going to let my fellow co-hosts introduce themselves, and then we're going to get into the conversation of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bomelo Ndate, I am Motsidisi Jessica Sokonyela. I am your co-host on the National Dialogue podcast, and thank you for engaging. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. We always love to hear from you, and we hope you do the same with this episode.
Oh, shout out, guys! Shout out! This is Tebo Mlemahang. I'm the new face here this show, and I'm happy we have more to give, and surely re tlo tla ra unpack a lot e etsahalang ka rona hae and outside the country.
And just to clarify, Debo is not here to replace Tumiso. Yeah. Tumiso is just not available right now, currently, and he was not here in the previous episode. He will be here soon. So just to clarify that. Yes.
Kgotsong bomme le bontate lona bana le dikatse le dintja ka lebitso ke ditshitso fane ke sibolla ke mohlankana wa makgwarane mane mo re ja dibeng sa thuto motsweneng wa Mmakgiba le Melletshokoko Maditlha ha re phe.
Let's cook. And I like that you also greeted the pets, because some people watch with their pets. So that was a real shout out.
I'd just like for someone who's watching the show for the very first time, they probably don't know what the show is about. And I'd just like for you to explain, why are we doing this? What is it about? And how do we hope it's going to impact the people who are watching?
Oh, that's so great that you said that, because I was actually thinking that we did the pilot episode that never aired. So we explained a lot about the show on that episode. And with the, the following episodes, we didn't go deep into the explanation like that, because in our heads we already did that, but the people never got to see it.
Yes.
So, well, the National Dialogue, from my perspective, is a podcast about current affairs, that is news happening in and outside our country, but we mostly, of course, focus on news happening in the country because, well, we are in Lesotho, we are Basotho, we are doing this mostly for the audience in the country, but also, of course, we do touch on international news. And the main reason is to just, analyze, discuss, and just share opinions on different scenarios or events taking place in the country, because a lot happens in Lesotho. Is a small country, but a lot happens in the country, and a lot of it happens like in passing. You don't even get to digest it like that. So this platform is a platform to digest the news and the current affairs happening in the country, to discuss, and most importantly to hold our leaders and the people in the public eye accountable, to say, on such and such date, this was promised, or this was said as a plan. How far are we? How is this going so long? So the main thing I can say is to hold the people in the news accountable of whatever the promises were made.
Ha re le tabeng eo ya just on issues of accountability, re bone bekeng ena e re tswang ho yona, there was a Mokamane summit where So what's your view, guys?
Hey!
Yeah. He said, let's just get into it. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, let's start first, because I wanted us to read from the government page what the aim of the summit was. And so the Lesotho government page on Facebook said the Leadership Forum and Accountability Summit is officially underway. This was on the 1st of July, because it started on the 1st of July to the 3rd. It brings together national leaders, policymakers, public servants, development partners, and key stakeholders to strengthen governance, accountability, and service delivery in Lesotho. The summit provides a platform for leaders to reflect on government performance, identify solutions to service delivery challenges, and reaffirm their commitment to transparent and accountable and citizen-centered governance. So I'm sure whatever opinions we'll have will be based on the aim of the summit and whether we feel like the aim was achieved.
Okay, so for those who didn't, can anyone explain what went on there?
I did get to watch on the live stream on Facebook. And from what I saw, because, well, I was focusing mostly on the, like my focus was on youth, the theme or the what do I say, the guests there who were like representing the youth. So I did watch what Mr. Boitelo Rabele, who is the government spokesperson,
yes.
and a young person in the country, he explained that this is of course a first of its kind, and the government landed from from Rwanda. Rwanda does this. The Prime Minister said it's been 20 years now that Rwanda has held accountability summits. They do it annually. So this was the first time, of course. And the aim, as we have already explained, what it was about. So he was mainly explaining that what I took away from what he said mainly was that because the presenter asked him, okay, so we see the summit is taking place. So what difference is it going to make? Because a lot of people will say, we have been telling the government our grievances. So what exactly is this? How exactly is this one different? So he was saying that there's going to be a committee that's going to be set up in the office of the Prime Minister. And this committee is going to be responsible for making sure that the complaints or the grievances that were brought up there are going to be addressed, because he said, as the government, they made it a mission to, like, at the end of the summit, they're going to focus on 90-day, they're going to have a 90-day plan, then they're going to have a 1-year plan. So they're going to have like different time frames of, when they have to deliver. He said that they're going to be what they call priority plans. Then that's about really like 90 days, which is 3 months. Then there are going to be those that will be carried out in a period of a year. So yes, and Dr. Ravela said that, being the government spokesperson. So I don't know, from this part only, do you guys have something to?
Well, what comes to mind is, how about we should set up a team that's going to rate the national dialogue. That's what I feel. What do you mean the accountability is going to be in the same office? The idea, great in theory, but like that's my first question mark. Okay, why in that same office? Like, accountability would be a parliamentary wide body, it's parliament, not the whoever is ruling. Because once we do that, there's no real accountability. There's a possibility ba ka manipulate information. Let's say, okay, ba tla ka pelo tse hantle ka ho fetisisa. There's blind spots. Ha ntse re bua ka hona ntse tse motho ha ka kena ka mona ka re elelisa ntho nyane ne re sa ena hana re le more, cause go ne re ka mona ntse re etsang re set up re etsang. So I think that's the red flag.
Okay, so if you feel like it would have been more effective if maybe this overseeing body was out of the government, not part of the government.
Particularly the yes, the premier, that's why the entire government would include both houses of parliament, include judges. Like let's go all the way if that's what we are doing. Once it's set up there, unfortunately, as really reform which still aren't happening, there's too much power that's given to the prime minister as of now.
Yeah.
That's been one of the and I think they have dragged it. Everyone has dragged it long enough because no campaign reform.
Yes.
Everyone holds out longer because it's like, ooh, now that I'm there, it's sort of nice to have all of this power. So it's like, it's too concentrated. Anything that's too concentrated is a problem.
Additional to that, what I take from that is I don't understand how the government gets to do a summit. And they are the ones to moderate that summit. They would tell people how many minutes they are given. You know, it wasn't fair in my view.
That's also
And
right.
there was a scene as well, similar to something I saw from last year's kind of summit, where there were people who are organized to talk. I believe so, because there were particular sites or seats where people were seated, and you'd see the mics, they would circulate much on that place. But honestly, batho be bang ba tla be ba tlile ka di-genuine concerns, people with less status e ka hara di-community, and then you will find gore ha ba fuwe di-mic.
On the live stream, actually, there was a part where he was there. He was there representing one of the youth organizations, and he was asked a similar question to say, so as the youth, what are you expecting out of this summit, and do you think do you have hope in what it will achieve? So what he said that I found interesting was that last year the youth unemployment was declared a national disaster or a state of emergency. So he said that even with that situation, as the youth organization, they were invited to be part of that. So after they were called to come up with a plan to address the youth unemployment, they did, of course, suggest certain methods, but up to so far, a year later, nothing has been done with regards to implementing. So his concern was that he fears that even the summit is still going to maybe follow the same fate where people come together. Of course, there are concerns, there are suggestions, but what guarantee is there that there will be implementation? Because even with this, when something is declared an emergency, you expect it to be a priority, the implementation to be prioritized, but a year later, there's still nothing.
Youth unemployment, or rather, we proposed it be declared in 2019 or 2020. They went on, others, but it's no. I understand, letting, I feel like I was hoping I was wrong, but esale ho okay tabeng ya tlhokala mosebetsi e hleke kodu e kgolo o ka lebella hore di resources tsohle tsa setjhaba di boholo buiswe mona mo ho thweng ke koduwa. That's how dikoduwa di sebetsang ka teng. Empa ha ke so bone ntho jwalo e bonahala kae kapa kae. Ebile nna nka re ntho e ntseng kwatisa mohlang taba ena na ehle e nkelwang hore e nkuwang ka botebo ke mohla re ka bona maeto a bahlomphehi a fokotseha o ebile a ba non-existent. Re bile le 2020 COVID-19, re bone hore se re ka phela lefatsheng le ntho engwe le ngwe e leng remote. There's no reason they cannot join. Ebile ke bona eka ba ka attenda le ho feta ntho tsena tse ngata. And on top of that, e tlwelle ho ba di-trip di nna le moelelo hoja ho no di etswa ka tsela e relevant. Nna ke bone ekare it's just an opportunity ya di-PDM le ding.
And to tour the world.
To tour the
world. O tla fumana hore hangata e tla be in seke tsa mohlala. There's an agricultural summit. But ebe ha wa iswa bo batho kore boholo ka agriculture. As far as I'm concerned, people with titles like prime minister, deputy, they should only meet other world leaders. Yeah, so essentially boo. Yeah, I know nicely but like guys, I'm just calling out to the youth. Okay, we literally are on our own and we have to fix this. So we're gonna be alive for the next 40, 50 years. So I can say this something.
The youth being in politics topic, I'm just like, are we even ready? Because our readiness is not like us speaking. Are we actively
I have people I would trust to handle this country who are doing amazing things everywhere.
but are they active in politics? Are they ready to be active in politics? Are they registering to vote? Are they part of
They are backbenchers. Like, but in like this thing is so systematic. Like it's very ageism. Like I tell you, ba push everything, ba sharp, ba nepa, yeah. So come time to vote. So it sucks.
You know why I'm asking whether we are even ready, because currently we have young people in parliament, and then this topic is so broad. Like I want us to like have a proper discussion on it one day. We have young people in parliament right now. By young, I mean like people in their early 30s. Are we even seeing their? Are we like? Is their presence felt? Are we seeing them representing the youth in parliament? Are they even ever like speaking up for anything?
We have cultist politics. All of our parties are centered around the leader of the party. Yeah. So you won't know them. Like it's not just them. It's that you don't know any other people except the leaders of the respective parties.
So give me that
vibes, and it's everywhere. It's across the board. I'm not even attacking or supporting any political party. So it's like individual list politics. That's why we have cracks after cracks. Like all parties are breaking, and I'm like, hey, how's it just China, guys? Guys, that's why getting guys, think the opportunity. But they have a lot of experience, which is like, yeah, you man, my house now representation. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be blind spot. So I try to connect alone. Guys. Remember that.
But like election 2027, 2028, I'm really like, it's a plea. Like I really urge young people to like, let's go out there and like involve ourselves. Politics are not ghetto, guys. They decide our future. So like, let's stop like looking down on politics and thinking, if you're into politics is because, you know, you don't have a life, you know, all of that. So I want to see you being active in the upcoming elections.
Politics are too important to be left to politicians.
And like, what I also found out on that summit issue is how our education has declined. We have heard that the completion, secondary completion, has declined dramatically to about 40%.
Like it was a crazy
from
number.
80% to 40%. So this issue of unemployment among youth, it's predetermined, because now let us talk. If we are to say we have a lot of young people dropping out from secondary, are we not developing another youth unemployment model in the future? So I think that's what I also picked. They are in more trouble than we are.
Can you like please explain exactly what that means? Can you like in short elaborate the concept?
80% of people when they get school, when they complete their secondary.
Yeah.
Now it's 40%. You know, we have 60% of the youth Habasa.
Yeah.
Or a generation like from where it's being counted.
Yeah, it's a simple stats. If last year we had 100 students completing, and this year still we look at 100 students and we say from that 100 who were enrolled initially, then we only have 40 who completed. 60 has dropped out. So it's very scary.
That's a big number.
That is crisis. That's why I keep dealing with. I don't know.
ourselves as well. I
Today.
think we need to change something when we talk to young people. There is this thing nowadays where we say there is you can learn a lot in YouTube. It's a university, you know. I think that has got to change as well. There is a lot we learn in schools.
People now feel like they don't need to go to school.
Yeah, remind them how we network at schools.
We are not talking to the youth actually. Like a problem with you know.
Yeah.
Why ba drop out? Re tlo etsa sanity ha re ho ba chabana. It's that's the problem. Like, cause also convince them, hey, by peteleng skolo, honali the doctorate, the masters and doctorate, badutsing high. I'm not gonna talk about diplomas and degrees because clearly high salary is only from 5 people and you know.
Oh, come on, guys! Like, school is important. Like, for like fundamental development and like critical thinking skills. So like even I think people now look at the unemployment rates and think,
There's no
I'm just gonna
point.
become another part of the statistics. But it's like there is so much more to go to school for, because for example, even with like Parliament, you do see the difference. Like it's very clear the difference between our MPs who are educated and our MPs who are not educated, maybe for some reason, like we're not bashing anyone, but it's just to say, like, you can clearly see.
Another problem is, because school is literally the most, probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because here you are, every single child, hundreds of thousands of them, or something. What they are going to do at school, they are going to be taught or are supposed to be taught how to think.
Yeah.
They are supposed to be, if we were to, okay, so we are underusing it. They aren't shaping proper developmental. How I shape hantle ka tsela e le qetellong mane it will feed into the job market, and then it does the, because that's literally the most important. How long people talk of education or continue? Because if we were to say like a law, literally school se mohlala ho be le agriculture. You know what, we're in a crisis. How about with agriculture? Ngwana mo le mong a tsebe le hore di project di be hore habo square and assess Canada, I think cabbage is part of overall assessment. And we can do it with technology, we can do it literally with anything. In agriculture, because I feel like agriculture is so fundamental. Shelter for school, agriculture buckets or something. By that will be driving a certain ideology. So we are not teaching anything, we are not having conversations. Because I think most of Batraba Holo community cannot have the types of conversations I have. I'm a 2000.
No.
I'm a 2000. Then actually,
Yeah.
in the Highland, I got my 2000.
Come on. Last time I stopped you from trying to expose our ages on this show. Please don't do that. Like, please don't do that.
Oh, check that's how old 2000.
Thank you. That much I can say on
I don't
camera.
like
I
this
can put on
conversation.
record.
Hustle millennia.
Guys, why are we
Can we please wrap it up? Don't do it.
just calm it down on a more lighter note, guys? AI music. This is something that we have spoken about, but you are taking it there. I remember.
Oh, so you have to take it.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. I can't wait for this conversation.
Come on, I know you're
I cannot wait.
You're
But I just wanted to
excited.
put it out there. We tried to have this conversation, but that episode didn't air.
Oh yes, on the episode that didn't air,
it didn't air. We
talked
talked about AI music,
Mm.
and now
Oof.
we have something more tangible to
now
actually.
we actually have something to reference.
Yeah.
Guys, what are your we want to hear, like, down below in the comments, what are your opinions on AI music? And even more specifically, what are your opinions on the performances of AI artists?
Artists, yeah.
And speaking of
Speaking of which,
yeah,
there is a particular artist, an AI artist who is trending currently.
Who's your favorite?
Who, by the way, is my favorite because I like a man who is audacious. I like the audacity, the boldness. He went there and said, I shall see when I get there how this will unfold.
Yeah. But like, let's just like start it on, like, break it down. Credo V. Daniels he's South African, right? He's South African.
I'm not sure.
Oh, let's just confirm. We don't want to say stuff that's unconfirmed. So Credo V. Daniels is wait. Why am I not finding? Guys, come on. This can be so hard to find. Biography. Yes, he is
South
African.
African.
Yes,
Okay,
he's
okay,
African. So he is a producer, a music producer. Like for before this
Prior
era,
to Sedilak.
yes, he specialized in production. So he recently jumped into vocals.
Yeah.
He now became a vocalist. He did an interview and was asked by the presenter, okay, we know you as a producer. Now that, like, you're a vocalist, like, what's that like? Also, what's the incorporation of AI in your music? And he was like, okay, no, I only use AI on like the backing vocals, like the choir. But as for like
Me? I got this.
That's my voice.
That's me.
That's my voice right there. So okay, like, we let that slide. Okay, cool. He released his album, which did amazingly good. With hit songs like Sedilaka and all of that. So he did an album launch, I think a week or two ago. I think 2 weeks ago. And that was like the first time he performed live, I think. And it went viral on TikTok and other social media platforms because the voice on the live performance was not matching the recorded voice. And people were like, okay, Credo, what's going on? Why are you two different people now?
Yeah.
Why does it sound like this song is new to you? Why is your song shocking you when you have to, like, perform it live? That one passed. And just yesterday, he was on ENCA, a news TV station. He did a live performance there, and oh my God. Guys, what's going on? Like, let's have an honest conversation. Why? Firstly, if he knows very well that he uses AI on his vocals, why is he agreeing to do live performances?
Yeah, why
That's
is he taking bookings?
The biggest question out there. What was the plan? Like, how did he think he was gonna be able to, like?
To start with, I think what is also wrong is lying.
Exactly.
The guy lied. He's taking bookings because he wants money.
I think Kabaziwa or the producer, I think this is a producer and artist beef situation. He probably felt he wasn't being recognized.
Okay. Yeah.
As a
most
producer.
producers feel. So obviously he's taking bookings because that's where the guaps are.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all about the money, guys.
But the big question though is, did he really need the bookings money? Because I get it. His album is already doing well. So the streams,
it was also removed.
The streams.
On Apple.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, wait.
That.
Please speak on that.
It was removed yesterday. Also, I thought how yesterday I told Ruby I got ENC.
Okay, you thought it was gonna be.
It's iTunes and what?
It's iTunes and Apple Music.
I think it's Platoon.
There's another thing.
Platform.
There's another platform.
Okay.
Yes.
Damn.
And the reason is?
It's AI.
So?
Oh yeah, yes, beautiful. We are getting to where I was hoping we are going. I've heard the music. The music is great, and I would personally say it should be removed from every platform in the world because it's taking food
from real artists.
real human beings. So that's the problem with AI that scares me, because it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with humans anymore. Artists are annoying. Let me do my thing. AI is taking us to that place whereby, now we don't have to want to deal with humans. And guess what? We're gonna do it more. The big corporations. And guess what's going to happen? 2 trillion. Yeah, Elon Musk coming soon. Because it's gonna concentrate, like the one like if it's Credo, he has found the secret, it means he can literally drop, like he can have 1,000 other aliases, because clearly he's good at what he does. Guy AI. So the problem with AI is, here, guys, we are literally replacing humans. What are humans going to do?
So do you think with his album being removed from these platforms, do you think what does that mean exactly? Is it a thing of, if we discover that you
I think it's their
essentially
policy.
you
No, I think
essentially okay.
it's an AI policy, because we are, like, AI is a baby, so Lebona, like, probably it was removed after they created like a whole policy of, AI, there's probably they are moving towards not streaming
AI music.
AI music.
Okay.
Which, because here's the thing, it's fire, but music is essentially what makes music is soul.
Okay, you see, this is what I'm finding out. They're saying Apple Music's AI policy prioritizes transparency and artist protection over outright bans. So the platform mandates transparency text. So record labels and distributors must disclose when AI is used for a material portion of content. So the problem is that he said there's no AI there, or there's only AI in like backing vocals.
So he told the truth, but half of the truth.
Yeah.
Because essentially, I agree. It's already say AI as his backing vocalist, and his own voice is AI.
And probably the production.
Probably the production as well.
Yeah, so maybe the problem is that he didn't disclose this thing.
The entire okay, fair.
Damn. So the problem is that he lied, as you said. Oh my God.
Now I guess obviously it makes sense. Okay, when I production, that's why he's that good, because he reminds me of someone locally, Brutal Saint. Yes, I don't know how to Brutal Saint. He's really good before AI. He has AI. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my goodness.
If you're already too good,
and
now you just
become
unstoppable.
Way better.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I get that.
That part, I understand as far as AI is concerned. Or a modification like any other thing.
Damn.
But it's anymore, like there's a time so who day one hassle is a little AI fair. And I think it's going to personally the artistic aspect of it. I guess people always understand when it hits home. The actor, the artist, the anti-AI, when they realize, some genius somewhere sitting on there's an entire album.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole thing.
So guys, Lenana Greta always around. That's the big question.
The fact that he lied you guys mentioned on a particular interview, right?
Yeah. Actually, I also discovered that Reuters did an interview with him recently. So like, he still maintained that he doesn't use AI. So like, he's going on these big platforms denying this allegations. But you were saying,
I was saying now. Yeah, man, Apple Music. Lying on big interviews, does that qualify Apple Music enough to disqualify his music on the platform?
In answering whether Apple has the authority to like run with the interview, it is not the interview per se, it's their policy. So I get artists and distributors and labels have, I'm sure, like there's a platform or like some stuff they fill in when they upload their music on these platforms. So I'm sure there's like that transparency, that the transparency section where you have to declare that AI was used, or something like that. And that's the part where if you lie there, that's the authority they have to end up removing your music. If they found out on their own that in fact AI was used. So I don't think it has anything to do with the interviews. It just has to do with him not being transparent on the platform.
Fair.
Because I'm assuming that if he's able to like deny this on like big platforms like that, he also denied it on the Apple platform. Which is like, I don't understand why, because just admit,
dude.
Like, come on. Because now it brings me to the point where I'm saying, why is he even doing this live performance
like,
what is the plan? Credo, I wish I knew what's going on in his mind, because people were even saying on TikTok, why did you accept the invite in the first place? You knew you can't sing. And also my thing is, okay, if indeed he wanted to do the live performances and disguise as though he's the artist behind this voice, why not take voice lessons, hire a voice coach? Now you have the money, now you can like
hire a voice coach,
like do voice trainings, like, cause guys, I'm sure I even sound better. Come on, people said if he was to go on Idols, he'd probably win the wooden mics. So like, you understand how bad the situation is. And we're talking about the best-selling artist at this point. Like, but those are interesting times, man. And speaking of Credo v Daniels and how Ditito mentioned that this may be a producer versus vocalist battle. And it's interesting because we saw this happen recently locally. And even more interesting is that it happened with the people we spoke about on this show in the previous episode. Mala Shwahla and M Church with their hit song Makwete. I mean, I loved that song. In fact, I love that song. So I always went on my YouTube, played it on a regular. On a random day, I go there and the song is not on YouTube. However, what's going on? So I see that on Facebook, somebody also recognized the same issue and brought it up. The hit song Makwete is no longer there on YouTube, and the reason apparently is that the producer of the song is crying foul, saying he's not being credited for making the beat. And so he's not mentioned anywhere on the credits of the song. So he put a copyright claim with YouTube, and obviously YouTube supporting equal rights or copyrights, taking copyrights seriously, ended up removing the song. So I want to hear from you guys, why do you think this even was a thing? Why did it even get here, and what could have been done maybe to avoid it, and what could be done to avoid such similar situations in the future?
Okay, I think this is normal in our industry, because we were used to our artists not making money from music, especially producers. They would simply sell beats and it just ends there. So now there are royalties and stuff. So I think it also calls for less Xhosa to also teach this music producers and artists about copyright laws, because that's what's missing in this whole story.
Okay. Oh yeah, interesting that you brought Les Xhosa up, because we have a body that governs this copyright issues or laws in the country. So okay, do you think Les Xhosa is not doing enough with disseminating education, or because I feel like we're at a stage now where people should know how the industry works or has to, because as you're saying, in the past producers would just sell beats, that's it, but times have changed, the industry has changed. So are we saying it's entirely up to Les Xhosa to disseminate information, or I'm not understanding. It's frustrating me. I don't know really.
Yeah, I think what they can do also is to organize some sort of forum for its members, So we also need to call these artists to sign up with such organizations in order for them to learn. So I don't know what Les Cosa has been doing much. I just know from the inception they've been trying to reach out to few artists. They went to Leribe at some point, and I know some of Leribe artists were called and they were given all these lessons about their rights and stuff. So yeah. But I think this issue of M Church and these guys, they really didn't understand how it works.
So, like, what do you think is the way forward? Like, is the song gonna, like, come back on YouTube? Okay, how so?
I think not to think actually. What can happen is they have to sit down with the producer and credit him accordingly. Yeah, the song can be back again on the streaming platform.
Okay, so you're saying, apart from them buying the beat, are you saying they had to buy the beat and still credit him?
Yeah, there are types of licenses for this. Yeah, some would say I'm only leasing you this beat. It means you can use it, but not commercially, or you can use it commercially. But what is important is to always credit the producer because the royalties have to be split. Yeah.
We hope they do sort out their differences, because that song is really good and it doesn't have to, like, end like this. It's a really a minor issue, man. Like, come on, just sit down, agree, because I feel like the pie is big enough for everyone, so there's no reason why they wouldn't want to, like, share the royalties with the producer who gave them such a nice beat, because it's like a really nice beat. Anyway, we hope they sort out their issues soon. And on to other news, and I feel like we are heading towards the end of the show, or we are about to close. And on the same note of the local music industry, something interesting happened this week with one of our very own stars, Sannere, where someone went on TikTok and uploaded a video, that showed some sort of, like, a conflict going on, violence situation, claiming that Sannere was involved in a fight in South Africa with a South African man who was accusing him of having something going on with his wife or girlfriend.
Yeah.
And turns out there was fire involved. The man eventually was trying to set up the place on fire. You know, it was just like the whole situation violence that broke due to like a man fighting for his women that was somehow said to be involved with Sannere. And he came out afterwards and said that, denied those allegations with saying that he was not a part of that. In fact, he was sleeping in his room and only came out once the fight broke out to try and see what's going on, only to find that indeed there's a woman here and there's a man here claiming to be responsible for this woman, and the woman was there with one of his team members. And indeed, the man was violent. He claimed he was, like, beating up his woman. And he was like, nope, you're not going to do that in front of us. Please go home, come back in the morning, and we solve this issue. The man left. They thought he was going home. Turns out he came back again, jumped over the fence, and now poured petrol over the place, trying to set it on fire. So, I don't know. What do you want to say?
Thoughts?
Yeah, because I know you saw this issue. I don't know if Tebo saw it, but, like, I know you saw something. So before I say my piece, I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Banna thabeli mapa bana.
Oh God.
I feel like that's something Nitisa would have said.
Oh, you stood up for him so well.
Oh my gosh. I feel like he needs to raise the bar for his brand as a brand and as an artist who is as big as he is. I think that he should absolutely refuse to sleep in hotels where there's no security.
Hotel, man.
You're making
me angry. I think it was just an Airbnb. Like, come on, man. He's too
I'm
big
thinking,
for that.
Sannere, Joe.
Come on.
Sannere,
There's
Joe.
no reason you're sleeping in an accommodation without security. He mentioned there was not even a receptionist. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's an Airbnb. Like it's clearly, obviously an Airbnb. And so why are you agreeing to that? Because let's just leave brand reputation aside. Your safety. If someone can jump over the fence to get to you and try to burn the place you're in, come on.
Oh, like, jump a fence,
Come
like,
on.
Where was he?
In South Africa.
Where?
We don't know the place.
Oh, the place,
We don't know
the specifics. Okay.
location. We just know it was in SA. He was there for a gig. And he said the event organizers or the people who booked him were not even picking up his phone calls when he was trying to tell them, hey, we have a situation here. Or that we feel like we're not secure. Like, come on, you're Sannere. I feel like, as you're saying, number one, he has to have a caliber of gigs that he
goes
attend.
to. Yes.
That means he has to deal with professional event organizers or promoters. He has to be dealing with professional promoters who are able to book him in a 5-star accommodation for him and his team. Because there's no way you're an artist, you're calling for your safety, the people who booked you are not
Picking up.
And turns out, I don't know, from his explanation, he's saying he feels like the event organizers and the accommodation people are now using this situation as like a retaliation against him because he feels like they were not happy with him showing his dissatisfaction about their service. So I'm like, in the first place, you didn't even have to
give
be
service
in this situation, let alone what happened with your team and the women, like, because now it's painting you as if you are the person who like was involved with someone's
wife.
woman, you understand? So like, if it was a 5-star hotel, no one would even know about the stuff. Like, he can just do his thing.
If he wants a woman there, he can go with a woman and no one will
Even
know.
5.
Even 6.
6 women can come in and go, no.
We are not a show. We are not a show that
shouldn't be
promotes. Just
knowing.
let's fix something. We are not a show that promotes promiscuity. By the way,
My bad. I took that back.
Ka ho connecta di-dots le re story se etsahetse Mzansi.
Yes.
So mo ke badileng ho thwe Chirena ene le Chira one of batho ba ntsa tsamaya le bona.
Yes. He also said that.
Now my question is, how did they meet? Ho tlile wang ebe mojita o bile le Cherry mo ba ileng? Is it coincidence kapo ho etsa?
No, you know what I'm thinking? Whether it's a long-term thing with the women and the guy, or it's a new thing, we don't know. But what's happening is that there was a woman, and the woman there had another man who came and caused a conflict. So, like, we the details are really not clear. We don't know. It could be a long-term ongoing thing or a new thing. We don't know. But like, why is this even in the public eye to begin with? I mean, people can do stuff, whether it's him or his team. At this point, we don't know. They know the truth. But like, why is your security so compromised? Why are you taking gigs anywhere? Why is your itinerary so? I mean, your rider so simple. I mean, Oscar Mbo returned Blomo Monan. For a show. I cannot mention the show, but like, he had to come here for a show. Apparently, he communicated the transportation he needed. But when he got off the airport at Blom, and the organizers went to pick him up, they were picking him up with a car that was not communicated, and he was like, you know what, for my own safety and for my brand, I cannot use this car. Therefore, I'm going back to Joburg. He never pitched to the show. So I'm saying, my thing is, that means if Sannere was willing to accept that accommodation, Airbnb that had no security, nothing, it's either his rider is allowing for him to just sleep at any place, or he's not willing to say, if my needs are not met, I'm cancelling. I'm not coming. Like a story broke about Babala M. She literally did not perform because her amount of alcohol bottles were not enough. She needed a certain amount of alcohol and brands. And because that was not met, she was like, we are not performing. So if stars in other countries are able to do that, and our, like, what's the Sannere is like,
Or star, Joe.
yo,
You're a star,
yo,
and you need to regard
Come on.
yourself as one, because I feel
come
like
on.
you're not gonna
Only
drive your.
he-
Only he
can.
Wait,
uh,
in his video, I was like, wait, and then I drove something along the lines of Kilega ikhanela. You
Yes.
drove yourself.
He does that. He actually drives himself. Little Kaliman, he drives himself. I'm like, yo, this should not be the case. Come on, guys. The standard is so low and it's so compromising that it will cost them more to repair the damage than it would for them to get what's necessary for his brand. Either a driver, I feel like he can afford all these things. That's the thing. I feel like they can afford as a brand, as a record label. I don't understand why they're compromising. Why is Sannere ikhanela?
E kgolo ke hore I love how you emphasize taba hore mfetho ke brand.
Yes.
So taba ena e re ruta hore artist tsa rona ha di so hlokomele hore ke mosebetsi nthwena bona. To start with, basadi kapa matjheri ba batlang mosebetsing, taba ya hore ebe you allow one of your entourage hore ebe o tla le cherry spanning, ntse tshwana le issue ya alcohol, you know. Ntho ba sa utlwisising taba ena ya ntho tsena tse ba di etsang ke yona demise ya di-artist tse ngata. So I think they need to start ba nke mosebetsi wa bona e leng ntho ya pele ho feta ntho nngwe le nngwe. Ha e ne ba ha rena cherry e tlileng mo, nkabe re sa tsebe ditori tsena. And it's funny because e ka nna ba se ditori tsa pele tsa ntho tse tjena. Well, ha ke re ho jwalo. So yeah.
So, like, please try and clean up your brand. First of all, talk to your team, of course. As you're saying, you ended up in this situation because of them. We don't know. So if that's the thing, talk to your team. But more than that, more than talking to them about their behavior, talk to them about taking you as a brand seriously. Number one, you can't just be taking just any gigs. You are Sannere. You can't just be sleeping at any accommodation. You are Sannere. You can't be driving yourself. You are Sannere. Like, I cannot emphasize this enough. Please, man. Please, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, we are mad. He's rage baiting us. This is rage bait.
Because thing is, he's a star and he's our star, and we take him very seriously as his fans.
Ma'am.
And I feel like not self for Hainki as seriously as we take
do.
him.
And
When
that's where the danger is. That's where the danger is. Like, come on, that already says you don't see yourself as a star. Come on, and like, okay.
Be okay with questioning stuff.
Yes, and deny and rejecting
And
things,
rejecting
saying
things.
no.
No.
Yeah.
Ha ke tlo performa mona. Ha ke tlo robala mona. Ha ke tsamaye ka koloi ena.
Exactly. These are my terms and conditions. If they are not met, no. Like, just wrap it up. Take your brand seriously. We really are proud of you as a country, and we don't like seeing stuff like this come out to taint your brand, because brand reputational damage is more costly than just, like doing what it takes to get the resources that you need. Money can always come back, but like your reputation may not. So watch that out.
Just a couple of days ago on the 30th was a national protests in the neighboring country.
The deadline.
Yeah.
Of
The foreigners were given a
Africa.
deadline, and so a lot of things happened on that day. And just briefly, I want to know from you guys what thoughts, opinions, concerns.
You know what? I think we should give it to him first. He was in SA at the time, so he has a better perspective of what actually transpired.
Nna ke tlo di fara le batho ba bangata. Yes, ho na le ntho tse ke sa di rateng tsa hore South Africans ba na le ho treata baso, especially South Africans be leng Basotho ka puo le ka moetlo, ba na le ho treata Basotho ba hlahang Lesotho ka tselanyana e funny e ke sa e rateng. And they say stuff tse unnecessary, but ke tlo fapana le batho ba bangata mona mo ke reng, guys, we need to do better. Re na le di-politicians, re na le naha. Let's focus on rebuilding our nation le rona. I think taba ya ba hambe ha se taba e tlo fela hona tjenana, ke issue e tlo ba nako e telele. Ba itse ba ska ba nahana hore mohlomong ba se ba lebetse ntse le taba e tlo tswela pele. So ke nahana hore le rona re qalelleng hae mona re tshware re behe di-leader tsa rona accountable, because ha se rona ba tlo re South Africa a hlanya. Well, we can say that, but qetellong ya letsatsi South Africa ha sa batla Basotho. We can't do anything about it. Yeah, ha hona ntho re tla etsa, otherwise we are calling for the deaths of so many people unnecessarily. So Ntate Matekane and everyone else, ke bao ba tla mesebetsi hae.
That's my biggest thing, honestly, right now, that these people who came back home in buses and buses and buses, who are coming back here where we are already crying of unemployment. What's going to be the situation like? What's going to be the integration back into society where there are already no jobs? Like, that's my biggest thing, honestly, because at least that side, even though they were working odd jobs, jobs with no protection, no labor, that don't follow the labor rules and laws.
Yeah.
At least there was, there were jobs, they got money at the end of the month or maybe every day, depending on the job they were working. So now here it's literally just back home. Some families depended on these people's salaries. They would send monthly or maybe quarterly, yearly, but they have dependents here. So my biggest question or worry is the fact that now they're coming back here to unemployment. But as you're saying, I guess it's a call now for us to say, you know what, this is the situation. We can't rely on South Africa anymore for jobs. Now we have to really hold the people in leadership positions accountable to say, I don't know, guys. I feel like South Africans, in as much as you're saying, we can't always be angry at them for showing or demonstrating that they don't want us in their country. If anything, we should be able to copy or get inspiration from their bravery to say, you know what, if these people can shut down the nation like this and call for government to give them this much attention, maybe that's where we should start as well, to say, you know what, we are willing, in as much as here we are faced with the challenge of freedom of speech. We can't even protest here. We can't even
You protest, you
understand, a real life ammunition goes through your body. Oh my God. So it's a challenge, but it's worth the risk, I guess, because what can we do?
Another way ho na le controversy around what one of the members tsa lower house ya rona. Ana lower house ke parliament ya ana re South Africa a sebetsang tabeng tsa Highlands Water Commission ba lelekwa Lesotho. So
That was a
maikutlo
joke.
ke a feng mo?
That was a joke. I laughed. I'm like, huh? First of all, the Lesotho Highlands Water Project is a South African project. Like, it's funded largely by South Africa. So we are.
What are you
if
talking
anything,
about?
We are at the mercy of South Africans there. So like, it doesn't make sense. And also, the South African match issue, like the biggest thing is illegal immigrants. Even though, of course, it got to a point where it's a thin line between immigration or just them, illegality and them just like not wanting anyone who's an immigrant there. Here, most of these people, in fact, these people came here like through South African companies. Some of them are like employees that came straight from South Africa to here with their companies. So it's like, if we
Yeah, the issue is even there in Water Commission. There are people who stay there. I've heard rumors that this should be clear, rumors that there are people who might be illegal there. So the thing is, what I understand, we can use those people as a point of reference to say, South Africa, we also host your people. So yeah, can we at least renegotiate the issue of Lesotho exemption permit, because we also have a problem with South Africa not issuing the Lesotho exemption permits to our people. South African government is also a problem on this issue of Abahambe, because we have about 50,000 Basotho who were supposed to get admitted for this Lesotho exemption permit program. So here's what they do. Some people apply, they don't get admitted. They are not even made aware of whether they've been admitted or not. And they pay a lot of money for that. So there is a lot of dishonesty on South African government side, yeah. So we don't even know how many Basotho have been admitted, if it's that 50,000 or it's something less, but I believe it's something more or less.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. We would just like to say thank you for making it this far, watching, and we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends, spread the word, and, give us feedback. What would you like us to talk about some more, especially pertaining to issues that happen in our country? What would you like us to touch on? What are we missing? We would like those kinds of comments. But
and DMs, like you can text us on our Facebook page. We'll definitely read those DMs.
absolutely. But
okay.
no, please carry on.
All right, I was just saying, to like conclude, we're also happy to have you that did join us today. It was your first episode. Well, you had to be here from the beginning, but unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond your control, you could not. Finally, you joined us. We hope you enjoyed yourself.
I had a good time. Yeah.
And can we expect to see more of you, or are you going?
I'm home. I'm here for more and more. Yeah.
The team is growing, and we hope that the audience is also growing. We would love to hear more of your thoughts, more of your suggestions. Definitely subscribe, comment, like, and do all of the nice stuff. We also hope to, improve our delivery, improve our content. We hope our sound is much greater
Much
today.
better.
Right, like it. We have mics installed, and we're just trying to improve and make it worth your while. So stick with us. We'll definitely make it worth your while. Until next time, we are out.